Hi, Rancho Alamitos. My name is Annie Drews. I am an opposite for Team USA. I've been playing pro volleyball for a long time, and I played college volleyball at Purdue University. And your coaches, Kevin and Karen, reached out to just have me give you some encouragement and some advice on a few things for your upcoming season. Few things come to mind. First is serving. Second, I'm going to talk about attacking, and then just what it looks like to be a really good teammate, and some examples that I have experienced with that. So serving actually is probably one of my favorite skills because it's like one of the only parts of the game where it's like totally yours. Like what happens behind the service line is like totally up to you, and a lot of people find that nerve-wracking. They find pressure in that, but I think it's like really freeing. So I think it's obviously we want to have a tough serve, but we want to be consistent behind the service line, right? Like if we miss a lot of serves as a team, it's just free points for the other team. So a few things I've found that have helped me is like having a good routine. I bounce the ball the same amount of times. I take a few deep breaths, one time while I'm bouncing, one time as I'm holding the ball, and then right before I throw it, I take a deep breath too. And I think it's just this like cue for my body to slow things down, because it's easy to run back there and rush it, and that's when I feel like I make a lot of my errors. Another thing with serving that I've been working through recently is sometimes you're just in a funk with serving and you can't get out of your head. Maybe you missed one or two early in the match and you like are thinking, okay, I just got to keep it in. And honestly, those are the ones where I miss more. So with that, I think it's important to like give yourself a technical focus while you serve. And so for me right now, that looks like I'm focusing on my footwork. I'm focusing on having like a really fast like approach into my serve. I jump serve, not top spin serve, but I do jump in the air. I don't stay on the floor. So just thinking about my footwork, and what's funny is I find when I think about my footwork or my toss, basically when I take the pressure away from my contact and my swing, like my approach through it, it's usually a lot better. Taking the pressure off of the actual action of serving and focusing on something else has been really helpful for me. Your coaches mentioned snapping on the ball. I imagine that means in attacking. Attacking is one of my favorite things. I love, like I am a big, heavy, hard hitter until the day I die. But one thing I'm learning, and it's really important, is to swing deep into the court. It's really tempting sometimes when you get that perfect set or you see a little open space on the block to want to hit down. And that's where we get blocked a lot or we make some more errors. And I think you can never go wrong contacting the ball high, snapping the ball high, and hitting into that last 5 or 10 feet of the court. So I think that is just like a really good example. Know when to go for a big kill, but also know like if you see any hands or if the timing is a little off, you can't go wrong swinging deep into the court. The last thing is just on teammateship. And I think the biggest lesson I've learned in my pro career has been the power of just like leaning on your teammates and letting your teammates lean on you. And one example I have of that has been right before the Olympic Games in 2021. We were in the locker room about an hour before the match, and we spent probably 20 minutes in a circle talking about, we always kind of meet and we talk about like what we're grateful for, what we're like fighting to do, like what our focus kind of is for the day. And I thought it was really powerful because a lot of people, including myself, and a lot of our veteran players, some of these girls who had been at Olympics before, who've been on the team for a long time, we were in this circle and we had a lot of people say like, hey, I'm nervous, or like, I'm shaking, I am not emotionally feeling like my confident big self. And it was just really powerful because you looked around the circle and everyone's like, yeah, me too. And I think just that honesty was really cool. And it took me like outside of my body and my emotions and my thoughts. And it helped me focus on my teammates. And I knew my teammates were doing the same for me. So it was really powerful because when we were able to look outside of ourselves, suddenly we all felt lighter. We were carrying each other's load instead of our own. So I just think that's really cool, really important, is when things don't feel quite right or quite perfect, how can I make it about the people around me? And then suddenly my game starts to find more flow. So that's all I have for you. Hope that's helpful. Good luck on your upcoming season. Hope you guys crush it. And yeah, go USA.